Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. It seems like the Russians reached the point that they probably should have reached 2 years and almost a half ago. So maybe this point should have been reached by the Russians after the first bullet was sent by some Western countries into Ukraine, or any advisor would have been deployed to Ukraine from NATO. And this is the point. Business Insider, May 7th, 2024. Russia's former president threatened nuclear attacks on Western capital cities if NATO sends any troops to Ukraine. Why did I say what I just said? Because in 2.5 years, a lot of people died. Maybe about 1 million. A few millions displaced, moved somewhere else, a country destroyed, and a lot of freedoms and liberties infringed. And maybe a dictatorship landed in Ukraine. So I think this could have been avoided with something like this. I have the right of my own assessments. Sometimes you have to come out and act crazily. Because these guys here think that the Russians are not willing, capable, are mature enough, not idiotic enough to really say enough is enough. And I think Medvedev just said it now. So let's see what capitals exactly is he talking about. All right, let's see. This is the suspect. Dmitry Medvedev is at it again, threatening Western leaders with nuclear attacks if they cross a line. Remember when Medvedev, threatened them, not threatened, let them know. Because let's say someone comes towards you and you say, if you come too close from me, I will defend myself and I will fuck you up. Are you threatening me? No, I'm telling you what I will have to do. My next move will be in case you approach me. So you're warned. Yeah, you can take it however you want. I don't care. Take it as a threat, take it as a warning, take it as whatever you want to take it. That's something that doesn't interest me. This is what I'm going to do. So you can call it a threat. It's beyond, it doesn't really matter. Let's put it this way. So again, a cross line. Remember when Medvedev said, when was that? In August or something like this, 2022. August or September or something like this. He said, told the Ukrainians, but told the Westerners, if anyone attacks the Kerch Bridge and tries to destroy it, we're going to, I can't remember how he said, hell will be on earth or something like this. We're gonna burn you or something like this. And they did on the 8th or 7th of October, if I remember correctly, around that date, Putin's birthday or something, 9th, 8th, something like this, they did it. I think Putin is on 7th. Nevertheless, they did it and they blew that, if I remember that, truck on top of it. What happened after that? Then the Russians started attacking the cities with, I was about to say nuclear weapons, with missiles like total. Not total. Total will be, the war would have been over then, but it was not total. So that's when they started the infrastructure in October, November, December, January. And then they stopped at in mid-February. And then they picked up the later. That was what Medvedev said. Again, these guys, as I said many times, the Russians are consistent in good or in bad. I will smack you, he's going to smack you. I will give you $1, he's going to give you $1. Don't take these guys lightly, but maybe these guys want, but not that. I think this is the end of the line here. Let's read further. Medvedev said no leaders in Washington, Paris, London won't be able to hide if they send troops to Ukraine. Nothing about Berlin. Why is that? And let's see. The former Russian president regularly makes bombastic threats against the West, and he follows through. Former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev on Monday threatened nuclear strikes on Western leaders who want to send their troops to Ukraine, doubling down on his increasingly hostile rhetoric towards the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. So you see, who's the victim here? NATO is the victim. But hey, who came and met the Russians in Ukraine? The Russians met them in Ukraine, or the NATO member states defense alliance came towards Russia. So whenever you claim NATO is a victim, it's not a victim, it's a bully. And these guys, when you have a bully in a neighborhood, you try to ally yourself with some others to withstand the bully. And that's the bully. Why? Look at what they did since 1991. Yugoslavia, Iraq, Libya, Syria, Afghanistan, and they're at it here. They expanded towards Russia. You can say, well, they have the right. Oh, so do the right. So do the Russians. They have the same right to defend themselves. You're threatening me. You come too close, smack. I was attacked. I'm a victim. No, you're not. Unprovoked attack. Really? I've been telling you to stay the fuck away from me for so long. And you're still coming, bringing your military. Coming closer. And I tell you, back off. Let's talk. Let's put something together. Negotiate. Let's make sure the security of Europe is... No, we don't want security. We want to you up. We want to take your resources. We want to take your nuclear weapons. And therefore, through you, we're going to go to China. China needs your resources. We got your resources. China is going to be like Japan was with Pearl Harbor. Read about it. Oh, they attacked unprovoked too. And I'm quoting, the choir of irresponsible bastards from among Western elites calling for sending their troops to the non-existent country is expanding, end quote. Medvedev wrote in a message on social media. He pointed to the leaders and politicians in the US, UK and France, the Baltics and Poland. My friends, what did I tell you? The Baltics and Russians will not have any patience with the Baltic states and Poland. If they move the wrong way, they're going to nuke these guys. They're not going to go conventional. They're going to nuke these guys. What are they going to do? Nothing. They're going to fuck you up. So keep it down. Unless you're delusional, if you're going to think, well, we're going to do this, we're going to do shit. Anyway, Medvedev said any deployment of NATO troops would essentially be a direct engagement in war, and that Russia would have to respond, and I'm quoting, not within Ukraine's borders. And I'm quoting, in that case, none of them will be able to hide either on Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C., or in the Élysée Palace, Paris, right? Or Downing Street 10. It will be a global catastrophe, Medvedev said. I said this for many, many times before. They had to say this before. Not after you're halfway dead, with all these people dead. But they tried. You say, oh, the Russians are the victims. Now you put yourselves in Russia's shoes. You have a country. How many military bases outside of Russia has? Bring them fucking on. Do you know? 3? 2? And now they have in Syria more than the one that were over there. Syria, one outside of there, and now in Ukraine. So three locations. If I missed one, 4. Okay, and there are the imperialistic countries. How about the United States of America? How many do the United States of America has? 750 or something? And if you give me, that's for national security and defensive means, why can't Russia do the same thing? Because you assume, and you assume that Russia is like that. But you're doing it. But you interpret your actions in a certain way, and some other countries' reaction in a different way. The same action. 3 to 4 bases versus 750. All over the world. Plus 4 wars started. Or 5, if you want to take that. We take it like this. Yugoslavia, Iraq, not Iran, they're trying. Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, and Syria. Right there. Who's involved in all this? Not Russia. But hey, we are the ones that keep the peace. No, you don't. Garbage. So again, what the hell are you talking about? So these guys should have done this before. Back the fuck off. Now they're doing, and he's the crazy one. Excuse me, if I have 5 guys ganging against me, okay, and I have here a pistol and I don't have a pistol, right, and I try to fight them, and at one point I realize I'm losing, what do you think I'm going to do? Okay, man, I got a loaded revolver. I'm not gonna not even tell you that I to warn you. This is what this guy's got. I'm warning you. Oh my God, he's warning us. God, isn't he crazy? Wait a minute. You are fighting me in Ukraine. You are fighting. You are in Ukraine, not me. You came first over there. Remember, Ukraine was supposed to be neutral. Who overthrew the government? Democratically elected. And who did it? The Maidan. Yeah, it's not. You know. I'm not gonna visit Victoria Newlandberg or Newlandstein or whatever again. You're familiar with the audio. So here you have, this guy says that. And now they started making drills with tactical nuclear weapons, deploying them, moving them around. So can you imagine every MiG-31K that takes off with a Kinzhal underneath? These guys don't know if that carries a nuclear warhead. They don't know that. Or any Iskander M that moves around, air defense system, moves around. You don't know if they have nuclear warheads. Why do you think the Russians are upset with F-16s? Not because the F-16s are good. It's because they can carry nuclear warheads. That's the only point. Nuclear warheads. Once an F-16 takes off and comes towards Russia, they don't know what it is. And they're not going to wait to, let me see, is that a nuclear weapon or not? These guys are just pushing it and pushing it. And I guarantee you, they will back off. They will back off. How? These guys are going to use it. Are going to use tactical nuclear weapons. And I want to see the Baltic states or Poland talking. Remember, all these countries, if they would have not been the United States of America, the country, they would be talking differently. They would be more diplomatic, more understanding, more negotiating. Yeah, that's a possibility that Russia would have been then the monster and the bully boy, because that's how strong countries are. Do you think a strong country is not, oh, okay, I'm not going to take this. No, that's mine, fuck off. That's why you have criminality. I want to take it. I mean, I'm strong, I'm going to take it, and that's it. Don't stay in line. Look at the lion on the savannah. That's the world. Look at the United Nations. They do whatever they want over there. Certain countries, 3, 4, 5, what the anomaly for some is that country in the Middle East that does whatever it wants without being, penalized by anybody. Why? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.